This is a true story. I told my brother about it for the first time yesterday. His reaction, despite how mortified he was, it was a really fun story to tell. So today I'm going to spill a little bit of tea in the only way I know how. It all started in the 11th grade. I was over at a friend's house, which initially started out as a little get-together, but then a few of us invited a few more people over, then some more people, and eventually it became a full-on party. It was really fun. We were playing a bunch of different games with each other, taking selfies. And then a group of guys showed up. These guys were significant because I had a fallout with a few of them the weekend before, and they were hockey guys. So the hockey guys, when they come in, they always bring the party. These guys walk in the room, and I immediately catch eyes with one of them. We're gonna call him Max. Max looked at me, I looked at him. I remember distinctly Max having brown hair, really bushy eyebrows. He was young, okay? I was in the 10th grade at the time, so we were all young. I think these guys were 12th grade, but that doesn't matter. So Max and I make eye contact, and he comes up to the couch that I'm sitting on and says, "Hey, sorry about my friends last weekend. They can get a little crazy sometimes, and yeah, I'm sorry." And I was like, wow, don't worry about it, it's all good. So, how was your weekend? We were digging around trying to find things we have in common with each other, and then he started talking about his video games. Yeah, I played Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Mortal Kombat, shooter games, stand-up, sit-down games, Duck Duck Goose. Oh, I love that one, Tomb Raider. I love all sorts of games, actually. Maybe you should come over and check them out. Wow, I didn't actually expect that from you. Kind of seemed like a hockey guy. I realize now in retrospect that he probably heard from one of his friends that I like games. Yeah, she's a stupid nerd. Just go talk to her about StarCraft. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna go lay her down later. All right. I was really impressed by all the things that he was saying. Xbox, Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, Game Boy, Super Mario 1, 2, 3, Super Mario. Actually, what was the Mario for the first console? Oh, Super Nintendo Mario. I thought he was cute before, but now I had a full-on crush on him. I know it was pretty instant, but 10th grade. So we keep talking, and at one point in the night, he decides to invite me to his house. Hey, you wanna get out of here, play some Halo 3 online or something? This place is kind of boring. It seemed like an innocent enough invite to me, so I was like, sure, I'd love to come to your house. Before we left, I went and told my friends that I'm going to Max's house to play some Halo. Max's house? To play games? Max has never played a game in his entire life, and I thought you hated him. Actually, he seems kind of nice. He came up and apologized for last weekend. He told me that he plays lots of games, so maybe he's just embarrassed. But, yeah, peace out. No, Cassie, no! And with that, Max and I got in his big old truck and we're off to his house. It was kind of a long drive, but our conversation was really good. He was kind of an idiot, but he seemed innocent and fun. Do you ever think about, who invented thinking? Who invented thinking? He was trying really hard, and it was kind of sweet. Yeah, I cheated on her, but I always told Madison I like pink leggings, and Katie wore them that day. Whose fault is that? Yeah, truth be told, I didn't even love her, so no loss. Oh, okay. We get to his house and immediately go upstairs to his room. And his room was a little bit messy. There were plates everywhere. He had a nice blue bed, a little green couch, and a computer, but I didn't see any games. There was a bookshelf with books on it, but no games. I turned to him and I was like, "Hey, Max." And before I could finish my sentence, Max goes in for the kiss. I immediately rejected the kiss and went downstairs into his living room, where I had a little ponder with myself. The fact that he lied to me about the video games kind of made me suspicious about anything else he might have been lying about. I have a pet dragon. I have a stay-at-home mom and dad. Then who pays the bills? Both of them. Duh. I can do a backflip on a skateboard. I wanted to get into a fight with his bear, but he kept running away. My dad's the Sultan of Bahrain. I sat there for what felt like 10 minutes, but it was actually more like 30 seconds. I went back up to his room and was like, "Hey, do you mind driving me home?" And Max was mad. He was not having it. "You want to go home already? Then why'd you even come here?" Well, you told me that you wanted to play games. And I probably could have had a crush on you if you weren't such a weirdo. Okay, I didn't say that last part because I needed a ride home, but it was happening in here. We both had very different ideas of where this night was going, and he was very upset at me. But despite that, he decided to be a gentleman and drive me home. Or so I thought. The ride back to the party was a lot more awkward than the ride to Max's house. He was furious, and 5 minutes into the ride home, he stops the car. Yo, just get out. What? Get out of my car. He kicks me out of the car in the middle of nowhere, and he drives off. I didn't have any minutes or any battery left on my phone, so I just start walking. During the walk of shame, I had a lot of time to think about how stupid it was that I went to his house, how stupid it was that I believed that he wanted to play games, and it wasn't long before a car drove by. It wasn't Max, but they were yelling at me. Use a stupid hole! Tramp! Don't go to the party, no one wants you there! It was Max's friends. After he drops me off in the middle of nowhere, he tells his friends to drive by me and just yell demeaning stuff at me. And I'll be honest, it really hurt my feelings. But at the same time, it was kind of a shady area of town. You're ugly! And it felt good to know someone was watching me. Max could have cheated on Lacey for you! 2 years later, I'm catching up with an old girlfriend at her house, and I ask her who she's dating. Do you remember Max? He's really funny, and he's changed a lot since high school. I hope so. What do you mean? Did something happen? I get her a snack and I tell her the whole sleazy story. I gave her a very basic version of the story because I hadn't talked to Max in 2 years and I didn't want to rat on him, but she seemed very offended even by the basics of the basics. He what? He invited me to play video games, tried to make out with me, and dropped me off in the middle of nowhere when I said no. Well, maybe he thought you lived there. No, he knew I had a while to walk, otherwise it wouldn't make sense for his friends to drive by me and call me a skank. Did he ever apologize? He tried to make out with me 2 weeks later. Does that count? She was absolutely mortified, and she had to pick up Max from work in an hour. I have an idea. As it turns out, things weren't going very well between her and Max already, and my story kind of put her over the edge, so she decided to break up with him in the most ruthless way she knew how.
Hey babe, can you drive fast please? I have to pee.
Why don't you go pee in the woods?
Why would I pee in the woods? I've got a toilet at home.
Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you left Cassie stranded at the side of the road.
Come on, I wouldn't do that. I'm a gentleman.
Talk to the hand, Max. It's over.
I don't deserve this! What are you doing?
Bye. What a loser. Oh my god, I can't believe you did that. I miss him. There was no Super Mario.
Poser! Oh, how am I gonna get home? I'm scared.
Truth be told, the first half of this story is true. The nice, petty revenge part isn't. That's the way I hoped it would turn out, but the way it actually turned out is I never really confronted him about it because it didn't seem to penetrate his skull that he did something that hurt me. Like, the next week at school, he was like, oh, hey, Cass, what's up? And I was like, what are you doing? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, though. Hope you enjoyed that I gave it a nice little fairy tale ending that I immediately extinguished. Now, if you did, then great. I'm glad you liked my video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! He was kind of an idiot, but he seemed innocent and fun.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I played Zelda. Oh, you like water? I love trains. Yeah, I cheated on her, but I always told Madison I like pink leggings, and Katie wore them that day. Like, whose fault is that?
Do you have anything to drink at your house?
Do you like lime Powerade? Yeah, I got beat up at homecoming, but like, you should have seen the other guy. Almost fought a bear. Use a stupid hoe! Use a stupid hoe! Use a stupid hoe! Don't go to the party, no one wants you there. Hoe! Hoe! Tramp! Hoe! You're stupid! You're ugly! Stupid. Max is better than you. Max could have cheated on Lacey for you. Duck Hunt, DuckTales, Duck Duck Goose, you know, like every duck game, I'm on it. Xbox, Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, Game Boy, piece of grass. Can be a game.